Hey, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. We gotta stop this now. It needs to stop. So this is an Oppo mobile phone. An Oppo mobile phone. It's not actually a Google phone. It was never advertised as a Google phone. I've had Samsung phones before. I've still got a Samsung, and I like the Samsung. When I was looking at getting this a new phone, I nearly got a Google phone, and then someone was going out and being easily hackable Google phones at the time, so I didn't get a Google phone. Now this company, I'd never heard of this Oppo company before. All the kids had these Oppo phones. No one said, and it was not apparent anywhere, that Oppo was anything to do with Google. It was a new company, a different company. As I've had this Oppo phone over the year, the last 2 years, it has gradually had update after update after update, many of which the functions which I like on it, they're taking away and removing. The principle of customizability is gone now. They sell you this pitch, right? Oh, it's customizable. You can have any background picture you want. You can change this text size. You can do all these things with your phone, change the apps. No. I just want the date on the main screen big so I can see what date it is. That, the first, second, third, fourth of the month. Can't change that size. Always tiny. Hard to see it. The changing smileys, taking them away from us, changing them, updating them. But it's not just that. Even the navigation on the phone, they're starting to take your navigation away and change it or remove it on certain things and make you do weird procedures like swipe up and down once twice. Not like your own settings for security. This is like they're just messing with us, right? They don't want us to have a customizable phone so we can have it exactly how we want it. They want to, from a headquarters, they want us to be customizable. You will swipe up and do this now before pressing that button. You can't press that button. And these are just the main buttons at the bottom, by the way, to navigate, to go back. I mean, Mark Zuckerberg's got a really good joke at the moment, and it is a joke where you can't, when you press the back button, it won't leave Facebook. It won't, if you press back with anything else, it leaves. It won't let you leave. You got to press another button, and that means that, I'm stuck in the metaverse. I can't get out, but we take the goggles off. But it's his little joke. That's why I don't like Mark. It's called Smarm. It's like then he'll have a little smile on his face, like, hey, it's just my little joke, like Mandark. That I don't like Mandark jokes. We're being taken over by geeks. What's happened is there are different phases of humanity. First, you have Goliaths taking over with big muscles who are stronger. Then you get them under control. Then you've got, lawmakers, the lawyers are in control, the judges. Now we've got the geeks. Now we've got the geeks have taken over. The geekoids, the googly geekoids. And they are just dicking with us from these central bases. They are doing things that we, you can't do out to them because they're not there, and they're doing it from far away, and they're listening in. They're doing it live as we speak, and then they're changing the things so you can't do this anymore. All the things that you enjoy doing, just messing with us through the devices. The geeks have taken over. Now, if they didn't have these tools, right, I put Bill Gates in with that category because Gates is real. I don't know if you've seen an episode of Dexter's Laboratory when they've got this guy who's got like a factory of robots. It's almost like Charlie and Chocolate Factory, but with robots. Professor Hawk, and it kind of is a bit. I think it is a Bill Gates joke, like Professor Hawk or whatever on Dexter's Lab, but no, we can't get to these people. We can't say, look, stop doing that, and shake them up a bit. there's a function to anger, or there's a function to emotion. If someone's messing you around, you shout at them or tell them to stop. That's how it works in nature. Obviously, we've got law. Then you go next step on, and then if someone's messing about with you, you sue them, right? Now these geeks are messing around with us, but they've got these smarmy geeky platforms. There's nowhere on Facebook, well, you can shake your phone on Facebook, but they call it a bug report. Oh, look, bug, stop reporting, you little bug, Nowhere on Facebook now can you speak to a human or person, and all of if you've got a real serious technical problem or an issue and it's an emergency, right? Oh, thank you for submitting feedback. No, I'm not submitting feedback about the website. I have a immediate technical issue. I need to speak to someone now. I'm not submitting feedback about the website. I'm submitting a complaint that needs immediate attention. I need to speak to a person to fix the problem now. I'm not submitting feedback, We need to do something about these geekoids. Ridley Scott has put it the best in the Prometheus film. Basically, when they make this David guy who is the ultimate, perfection android, more perfect than human, and then they go into that spaceship, and then I've said this before, and then they've got that architect who wakes up and just rips his head straight off, but you can't get to these geeks to do that. They don't even want to know who they are now. It's first name only, who works at Google. They won't tell you anything. They won't tell you if you want to sue them or prosecute. They won't answer any questions. They're not just poking at us from these control fortresses. They're not just poking at us and prodding us. They are moulding us like clay from far away now, and they're running experiments. It's almost like a lab. Like you got scientists in a lab with rats. These people are now, they got programs running. They got computers running in the background with their novel technologies and their so-called experts. Like there's Nick Clegg sat there with Mark Zuckerberg. It literally is like Dexter's lab. And they're running, how did he respond to that? How did he respond to that? Well, let's see how he responds to this one. Then we'll change his buttons, see if he gets annoyed or not. Robert F. Kennedy. We need to stop these geeks. Bill Gates is their god. He's like the prototype of them. But he's left computers now, but it's still him. Now he's gone to philanthropy and, taking over the world and, computer farms. It's Bill. He is the prototype. He is their guru. He still is. Don't matter if he saw Microsoft or not. It's Bill. And he has introduced a geek army. You thought it was bad when the Romans came over with now we've got shields and a new formation plan. And we've got the tools now, we've got the weapons, can come in, all the shields around us from formation. That's physical force, there's a couple of barbarians here and there, so right now we've got these physical, we've got these shields, and we've got these, this strategy, shuffle forward. They've got an army of geeks, and they're operating all over the world now, and Bill is their lord and master. We need to stop them. We've got to stop this new geek army. Now, look, right? This complaint's about ads. I know that Robert F. Kennedy has complained about ads because he's complained about all the ads going off, like when he's in his house, with his family, and the ads are just popping up stuff about stuff he's talking about and that, right? And you'd have thought R.F. Kennedy is the type of guy who can go ad-free because, he's not short of money and he can go ad-free, right? If you go on a website like YouTube or Google, right, that's fine. You don't have to go on that website. It's your choice. And if that website is privately owned and free, and if they want to have ads on there to fund that website, fair enough, right? But this now, right, This is my phone, right? This is my phone, right? It's my phone. Now, what's this at the bottom here? Android system, other. This is my phone, right? I don't get this phone for free. I don't get this phone given for nothing. I had to buy it. I got a contract. I don't get text messages and internet connection for free. Well, although I never hardly use it because I'm in the house and it's my parents. But, you know, if I walk out of the house, I've got signal. I pay for this phone. I pay for the handset. I pay for the service. I bought it, right? There is nothing unpaid for with this phone, this Oppo phone, right? So why would this Oppo phone, right, which I have paid for, the actual phone itself, the phone, right? Why does it need to have ads on it? Why does it need to have ads on it? If you buy a car, right, I'm not renting the car. I didn't get the car free. You go to a shop, you buy a car, you get in the car, you bought it. You owe them nothing. You owe them nothing. Zilch. You bought the car, it's your car, right? You don't have to see any ads in that car. Not on your screen, not coming out of the fucking earphones, right? Not on the back of the headrest, not stuck to the windscreen, not fastened onto the hood, not under your passenger's car seat, right? You bought that car. It is not given to you for free. You're not renting it. You bought that car. You own it. You do have to see no ads. None, right? I bought this phone. So why has it got ad management ads on it? What's this? Ads. Ads. I don't need to know about ads. This is a phone. I bought the phone. I buy it. I paid for it. I owe them nothing. I don't have to watch any ads. So why has it got ads? A whole section for ad settings. I bought a phone. I pick the phone up. I ring my friend. Hello, how are you doing? I paid for that. I don't owe them anything. Why do I have to do ads on that? I pay for internet connection. I can go on the internet. I paid for it. I don't have to see any ads doing that. Right? Send text messages, right? I've paid for text messages, right? I owe them nothing. Now, ads privacy. Get new advertising ID. Why do I need an advertising ID? I paid for the phone. I owe them nothing. I don't have to watch any ads. I owe Oppo nothing. Why has Oppo got ads in its phone settings? Why has Oppo got ads in its settings? I paid for a Oppo phone. Now, if I don't pay for this phone, if I don't have a phone, if I walk into a shop and they say, hey, have a free phone. Oh, that's cool. Wow, a free phone. Yeah, you can have free internet as well. There it is, completely free, right? There's one condition. You've got to watch ads. Then you can have it for free. Then fair enough. Then I get this. I get it. Create new advertising ID. Ads privacy. But the phone isn't free. I bought it and paid for contract. So I owe them nothing, Oppo. So why is a complete phone now fitted out for ads? Because what's Oppo got to do with ads? They've made me a phone so I can ring people and I can go and install apps. But they're not... I don't have to have anything to do with adverts with this phone. It's a phone. So why are they now building all this in? And what about people who go ad-free anyway? Ads are to do with websites that run ads. Websites that run ads have ads, like YouTube. That's between me and YouTube. or Facebook. That's between me and Facebook. Now, are they planning, now they've kitted out my actual phone that I own and bought with ads, are they planning to start giving me this phone for free? A brand new phone for free every year that I don't have to pay for? It's looking like that. And is that what they're going to do with the car? You can have a free car. You don't have to buy it for 1 penny. As long as you've got a driving license, you don't buy the car, you just turn up at the car garage and say, oh, just choose whatever car you want. Oh, I'll have that 4x4 Range Rover, like what Trump has. Can I have that? Oh, of course you can, no problem. Take it away for free. This is great. You know, stop at the traffic lights. Oh, there's an ad popping on now. I sense the traffic lights have changed. It's do the shake and vac, you get the freshness back. So watch an ad. Oh, traffic lights have changed now. Ads gone off. Set off again. This is great. All I have to do is listen to these ads now, and I got a free car. Are they doing that? Are they doing it? No, they're not. When they do that, when the car costs me nothing, then I'll listen to ads in the car. When this phone costs me $0 a month, nothing, I'll have ads in the phone. But it doesn't. That's the first thing. Now, even if they did do that, which I can see it coming because it's a way for them to influence us all the time, I don't want that. I actually don't want a world like that. Even though it would save me the cost of the phone, even if it would save me a cost of a car, even if it would save me a cost of a house. Because what Robert F. Kennedy is even saying now is that they were planning to own all these American houses, or a large percentage of American houses. And you can see what's coming on with the motion detectors that they're offering you for free and all that. And then they're going to have, decide what, it comes out like the Elon Musk house. So it comes kitted with a free TV built into the wall, a free cinema screen built into the wall. And then the wall opens and out comes a robot arm and passes you your, Google headset. And then you put it on and then it turns into a disco ballroom like Holodeck. Oh, that's free as well. In fact, you can come into the house for free. You don't even have to buy the house, but we'll own it. And, it always comes fitted with what we want, And then suddenly, it's like, there's a big arm coming down out of the kitchen, pick me up by the head, put you in the bath, it's like, meet George Jetson, his wife Judy, and then the arm grabbers come in and dropping me in the kitchen. I mean, this is the thing with Charles. I mean, are the servants controlling Charles? This is what I said the other day. Or is Charles controlling the servants, is Charles sat there, right? Are the servants coming out and going, oh, Charles, I'll put you, fasten your shoelaces for you, Charles, and another servant, put your jacket on, and then another servant come and polish his shoes, and then another servant comes in, Charles, you're due at a meeting at 6:00, and then after that, you've got a tea with the Prime Minister. After that schedule, then you will be opening the spa in Mulberry Wells with a pair of scissors, and then you will be flying on a jet plane with David Cameron to shake hands with a couple of Zulu warriors in Africa, after which time you will then be going to the World Economic Forum and, licking Klaus Schwab's head or something. This is it. Is Charles being controlled by, the Privy Council and, God knows what, or is Charles actually, is he controlling them, I can't bend down and put my own shoes on, come over here, servant, and put my shoes on, and then, servant, go get me my dinner, and then, go and tell the leader of the military to send a tank over to Afghanistan, and then, tell the scientist to make some modifications to this and that. Is Charles actually guiding everything, or is he being guided? Now, this is the thing. I don't want to live in a house owned by Bill Gates, right? Where, there's a screen on the wall and it pops up and then, the woman goes, hello, good morning, sir. It's time to get out of bed and go to work. Don't forget to put your shoes on. Oh, here comes a robot and, fucking slot opens on the wall like Han Solo thing. Android comes out. It's almost like, you have an Android in the morning, You know, it's my wife. You know, no, where's my wife? No, you don't have a wife anymore. This is your perfect, you know, it's Stepford wife. You know, get ready for sex this morning. You know, it's just like 3 minutes and 30 seconds up. You're going to be late for the bus. Better go quick. You know, this is it. I don't want a house that is Android controlling me with, you know, cues all around me all the time. That is what Bill wants. And I think Rishi would like that as well, as long as he's the one actually programming it and giving the orders for it. If, you know, if he could be the person entering the input, you know, and say up, you know, there we go. And then, we can all be schooled by these things around us. Look at this, we don't need to go to school anymore. Production. But the problem is, what skills do you have? When the machine's putting your shoes on for you and fastening your shoelaces, you don't know how to fasten shoelaces. It's like Velcro shoes. They never caught on. Why did Velcro shoes never caught on? Because they're crap. Just because it's tacky. You know, why doesn't Charles have Velcro shoes for his servants to fasten? That'd be too easy. You know, I've seen a lot of people in those plastic shoes, you know, those aerated, stupid garden plastic molded shoe things, which, you know, they seem to have caught on. You know, I don't know how they've caught on. They look crap. They're terrible. I don't know why Velcro shoes never caught on, but they did. You know, why didn't Velcro shoes catch on? It was really quick. You never trip over your shoelaces. Never caught on. Get me some plastic shoes with holes in them, garden shoes. You know, get Alan Titchmarsh wearing them on TV and Ant and Dec. You know, like clogs. You know what? You know, everyone was wearing wooden shoes at one time. You know, I don't like their plan. I don't like it. We can all see where it's going. They're either going, we're not going to have any skills. The Luddites smashed machines up and then they got ridiculed for smashing the machines up, right? But people had many, many skills. There were multiple skills. Even if you had to do it yourself. I mean, look at, they glorify Arnold Schwarzenegger in Commando, living up in the log cabin in the woods, you know, chopping wood, then carrying the log, literally as they do with Bill Shatner when he's with Patrick Stewart in the Nexus, right? But this is the thing. We're all going to the cinema, state-of-the-art cinema with a big screen and the latest sound system and the latest surround sound, get the popcorn and the hot dog machine, the latest, drive there in the latest Ferrari, whatever you want, you know, Jeremy Clarkson, get to the cinema, park up. Oh, there's David Beckham over there. All right, David, you coming to watch the new Arnold Schwarzenegger film? Then everyone sits there staring at a glowing screen for for 2 hours watching Arnie carry logs in a wood cabin, right? And chop it with an axe, not even with a fucking petrol, cutter. I'm not saying there ain't people in America really doing that, but, you know, you ain't going to be doing and we're going to the cinema soon because, you know, everyone's got their own cinema screen at their house. I can see the Luddite, you know, we don't want to be living in the Middle Ages or the Dark Ages or illiterate without any skills. But the way it's going, the skills to make these things are becoming specialised with fewer and fewer people, and the rest of the people are becoming less and less necessary until the majority of people won't be designing and making the things. And there's no, when you have got no skills, what's the point? Now you might say, oh, it's a life of leisure then. Well, you know, but they're wanting AI to do even poetry. They're wanting AI to even do script writing. They're wanting AI to even do art. You know, drawing a picture with great skill. I know photography, you know, I know that, you know, there's still drawing by hand. You know, photography hasn't completely eradicated drawing by hand, but a lot less people even bother trying and practicing now. You know, you know, the way it's going, there are going to be less and less and less people who need to do anything, you know, other than whether it's sport or keep fit. But the way they're going now, you know, I mean, when is they're going to, you know, when are the police going to have, you know, like police, you know, robot dog trait, you know, they've got everything now. They're going to have, you know, police dog greyhound racing soon. So it's the fastest police dog brand, you know. You know, it's true that some things, you know, there'll always be people who can draw, but the way it's going generally, I can't see us being a use for anything, because the main thing is this whole $1 Million Man model, you know, like on Manimal or, you know, Knight Rider or whatever. Because, you know, once you put value on people and you start getting androids that are very, very expensive, when you work in a factory and they only pay you a certain wage, right, you're only a certain value to the boss. And then, you know, if you're using NHS money and government, you know, benefits money, you're actually costing them money. You know, you're a cost, you know, and then you've got these governments who are having wars and just sending, you know, tanks and bombs at other countries and killing people. I don't think they do value human beings. I don't think they do, these people. They care about money and numbers, and it shows through their bank accounts, you know. You know where I've said this in the last video, you know where the priorities are when you look at their bank accounts, and that's where their priorities are, in the money, right? The way what the world they're wanting to make, I don't think that we will be of much use to them, particularly not if they haven't groomed us with their education and how they want us all to be. And at the end of the day, if they could have done that from, you know, Genesis Mark 1 or whatever in the First Testament, if Bill Gates could go back in time with his little houses, you know, that have everything, you know, and little android robots to groom and train you, what would we be now? If we sent Bill Gates back in time with a time machine, and then, you know, he unfolds his, you know, Elon Musk packet houses or whatever everywhere, and then every human being is sort of like, you know, got a robot to fasten its shoes, got a robot to put its jacket on, got a robot to have sex with it, got a robot to teach how to speak, how not to speak. What would we be if they go back in time? What would we be now? Now, you might say, well, we might all be happy and perfect, but I don't think it was that hard to be happy and perfect. I tell you one thing, we wouldn't have trillionaires or billionaires like, you know, Sunak and his family. I don't think that it would be a good idea to do that, because, you know, we wouldn't have wandered off to other continents. Who don't wonder, you know, or if, you know, we wouldn't. There's a certain diversity of that enables life. You wouldn't have, you know, this is the argument. You wouldn't have these species. You wouldn't have all this life. It's like Chris Packham's argument. You wouldn't have the biodiversity, you know. So I think it would be a very sterile and strange set of human beings. You know, I don't, you know. And even if, you know, and if they decided, you know, okay, you know, it's almost like making sculptures. You know, we'll sculpture it a little bit different this time. You know, there's a feeling you get with something called deja vu, and I don't like it. It's almost like, oh, just a minute, I feel like I've done this before or I've been here before. When you get deja vu, you kind of feel like that everything that just happened has already happened before, and you just remembered, oh, hasn't this happened before? It's almost like, you know, when everything's absolutely planned to precision and you have to follow it, you know, it's very dull and mundane. You know, I mean, even if you're excited and looking forward to it, but, you know, if you know that, you know, tomorrow, it's like that Groundhog Day. If you know you're going to get up tomorrow, go out there, get a hole in one, then come home and back again and so forth. It's almost like you're living through the exact same thing, but again and again and again. That there's no surprises, there's no challenge, there's no, you know, it's good sometimes to know not what, you know, to do. I mean, it's good when things are going well for you, but I think that you only realise and appreciate and recognise what is good because you know what is not good. So when something good happens and you have a good time, you appreciate it. You know, it's like the dark side of the moon, you know. And I'm not saying that we should have bad all the time, but these people want to, you know, we shouldn't have suffering. But I don't, you know, I'd like to see, you know, and I've watched a lot of channels and a lot of programs, right? So I'd like to see these. I'd like Mark Zuckerberg to do a big, you know, I've seen him do big announcements. You know, I get, you know, when he makes a big announcement, you see it, you know, because all the channels have it on, right? When he's doing his, like, you know, we might remove some, you know, constitutionally protected speech. Oh, might you? You know, I'd like to see these experts that he consults. You know, I'd like to see them. I'd like to see the panel of experts that he's using. I'd like them all interviewed on YouTube. I'd like to pop up on everyone's phone. I'd like to meet these experts, and I'd like them, you know, all to give a 5-minute speech on why they think they're an expert and what they think the future of the human race should be. You know, you know, and what novel technologies that, you know, I'd like to see these, you know, top Mark Zuckerberg's top 100 experts, you know, with their, you know, novel technologies and plans, and see what algorithms they're running on us. Who, you know, who they didn't like that. You know, how can we, you know, stop putting the phone down? Now we need to make sure that he puts the phone in the kitchen next to the toaster. You know, oh, if I change these buttons on the phone and, you know, give him an electric shock, oh, how can I get him to put the phone down? Oh, just shock him. Oh. You know, I can get him to put his phone down. How can we get these people to put the phone down when they walk into the house? Well, when they close the door, send them an electric shock like a taser, you know. You know, and he'll soon start putting the phone down when he gets through the door. Hey, that's a great idea. Yeah, you know, build that into the phone. Every time someone walks through their door, when they get home, they send another taser shock and they'll, like, you know, put it, you know, that'll get them to do it, you know. In fact, I think that Bill Gates and Elon Musk's new houses, it's almost going to be like that game, you know, when you get the, when you hold that thing in your hand and there's like an electric wiggly wire, you know, like the zigzag wavy wire, like at the Science Museum, and you've got to carefully, like egg and spoon race, you've got to carefully go around the wire and not touch the sides or you get electric shock. That's what they're doing that now, but with using adverts. It's not a touch. It's operated by light waves and sound, and some physical interaction. It's a very advanced. It's like doing that thing, and they're wanting you to not touch the edges, but they're not wanting you to, you know, go here or go there or do this or do that. And I don't like that, because why? Because they made it. Because they made it and they're programming it and they designed it and they're making all the decisions on it, and we're not. And they're not God. But they're saying, oh, creators. Now they're calling all creators. Oh, give feedback to the creator. Give feedback to the creator. That's another thing. Give feedback to the creator. The creator. Yeah, I'm not saying my prayers. Has Mark got a new religion? Has Mark registered this religion? You know, is it Bill Gates' religion? Is it Microsoft? You know, Bill is our God. You know, the geek God. You know, this is it. Geeks are not my God, but apparently they're the creators now. And, you know, if we've got any problems, give feedback to the creators of the apps. Only gods can make apps and creators, and they're the ones controlling us all now. And that's back to my point. We're being taken over and dominated by an army of global geekoids. And the point in Ridley Scott's film, The Prometheus, is when, it's literally, I mean, look at Senator Rand Paul. He was walking down the street and he got knifed. But, what were the chances of that? What are the chances of Senator Rand Paul getting knifed out of everybody in the whole world? Why Senator Rand Paul? That you've got to win the lottery to get odds on that. And then, when it's him, when you've beaten all odds and happens to be a US Senator, right, out of all the millions of people in the world, pick any one of them, oh, it's a US Senator, then he happens to be walking past a camera in the street. What are the chances of that? Facing directly at where his friend fall over. Now, if that wasn't planned and staged, then my name's Rumpelstiltskin. Right? If that wasn't some sort of Trump or Biden setup, then you must be retarded, because it was. Now, I think that, they've got us locked down with the law. We're not allowed to have any, anything dangerous on us. You can't carry a paperclip now if it's unfolded. And now, to add insult to injury, they're even saying that we're dangerous when we're around the other side of the world. Oh, online danger, but I'm in my own house, it's safe. Oh, it's dangerous though. They could get your details, yes, but we don't have money anymore. It's all numbers, The only people to be scared of are the worldwide the geek army. And now they're even telling us to be scared in our own houses. Something needs to be done. Something needs to be done about this geek army that is taking over the world and holding us to ransom. It somehow, I don't know whether we can do it by voting power. I don't know whether we can do it by elections or what. But I am sick of their ads. I don't want ads in my life. Life is not an ad. And it's not an act either. I don't want to be acting my life. I don't want cameras around everywhere, lights, lights, cameras and action, in the morning. I'm performing for who's watching it. It's not the Truman Show. I don't want to live a filmed life. I don't want to live an act. Because then when I get out of bed, I'm acting for a director. No one directs my life. I'm not an actor. I'm not a TV star. I don't want to be one. I don't have a director. I don't have a producer. So, and I don't want ads. Life is not point of sale because I don't really want to buy anything. And if I do want something, then I'll go look for it myself. Don't come to me. I'll come to you. Right? I don't want life to be an act, and I don't want life to be a point of sale. I want life to be something that I get up and I do whatever I want to do and whatever I feel like with people that want to do things with me. And we enjoy each other's company and we enjoy it. And, people don't always get on all the time, but, so what? And, there's something wrong with the geekoids. They calculated the whole thing wrong. And we're not currently, they got a position of not electoral authority, not judicial authority, but geekoid authority. I can make the device, I can make it do shit, and you can't. Therefore, we have taken precedence now. We can get stuff to pop up on people's phones, we can get these devices to do things, and we can get, you can't. And you can't get us because we're not there. And if this is it. So we need to do something about these geekoids who are taking over the planet. I mean, just look at China. They're using all the tech stuff to get them to, lick windows. you know, and if they lick the window wrong, they get penalised. You can't live like that, you know. Life is not a production. You know, you don't have a life that you're born into, then have this veneer over it. I know we've got acts of law, but who are you performing for? The creator. You know, these people are playing with us like cat and mouse now, these geekoids, and we need to get them under control, or we're going to be under their control.